Good night, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Naram Promotions, The Real Deal podcast show. This is Thursday Night Live as we continue to cover the recovery and relief efforts that are going on in Jamaica after the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. It's looking good on the recovery and relief efforts. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a magnificent response. And I say to you that keep that recovery and relief effort going. Donate wherever you can and whenever you can and how much you can. There's a lot of people still suffering in Jamaica, and there's a lot more relief that's needed to help those who have been disenfranchised by this a Category 5. I think it was a Category 10, to be honest. It was a mega storm of immense proportions that was historic, and we've never seen anything like that on that island of Jamaica before, and it has caused widespread devastation. There's a lot of people out there who are helping with the efforts, and I say hats off to them and God bless them. I salute them, and I say always pray going out, pray coming in, and always remember God is in control. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Naram Promotions Thursday Night Live, where you can call in and tell us what's going on with you. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to start out with what the weather pattern is going to be looking like over the next few days, and you got to prepare, like, share, subscribe, comment, click that notification bell, share, so others can know who are disenfranchised and those who have lost their roofs, lost their home, and are out there in the elements. Please share this. I'm going to share this weather pattern that's going on right now. But before I do that, let's say a word of prayer to motivate those who are feeling down tonight. Let's get that on the screen, and let's give some inspiration. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Command every fear, every doubt, and every anxiety to flee at the sound of your powerful name. I am more than a conqueror through him who loves me. I rest in the assurance of your watchful eye and unfailing love. Amen. This prayer is a proclamation of your inheritance as a child of God. It's a testament that in his word, you have the authority to face the night unafraid, to sleep in peace knowing you're guarded by the Most High. As you recite this prayer, let each word sink deep into your spirit. You're not just uttering syllables into the darkness. You're declaring your victory in Jesus Christ. May this prayer embolden you, bringing peace to your nights and strength to your days. Share this empowering message with those in need of a reminder of their divine authority. Sleep in the comforting embrace of God's promises tonight, dear warriors of faith. Drop an amen if you agree, and
share this video with someone
every night. God bless. The night prayer that Satan can't stand. What if I told you there's a verse in the Bible so powerful that the mere mention of it causes darkness to flee? Let's wield this verse tonight. The verse that speaks of liberty and strength. Luke 10:19. I have given you authority to trample on snakes and scorpions and to overcome all the power of the enemy. Nothing will harm you. As night embraces the world in its silent hug, let's not forget the power bestowed upon us, a divine authority so profound that even the shadows fear it. Let's weave this verse into our nightly prayer. Heavenly Father, in the stillness of this night, I come before you with a heart full of trust and eyes fixed on you. Luke 10:19 reminds me of the incredible authority you've given me, power over the enemy, a promise of protection and victory. Tonight, I stand firm in that authority. I declare my life, my dreams, and my peace are under your protection. No evil, no harm can breach the fortress of your presence. As I lay down to sleep, I do so with a heart lightened by your promises. I command every fear, every doubt, and every anxiety to flee at the sound of your powerful name. I am more than a conqueror through him who loves me. I rest in the assurance of your watchful eye and unfailing love. Amen.
Amen, ladies and gentlemen. We need that. And I say, God bless those who are out there in the elements, who have suffered and are suffering. And we say, God is always in control. So help each one, help one. You know what I mean? It's one of those moments that you have to have that benevolence and that love within you for your fellow brothers and sisters and fellow neighbors. I'm going to touch in the topic of some weather that is coming this week, over this weekend to next week. So I want to touch into that real quickly so you understand what's out there and how to prepare for it, ladies and gentlemen. I'll speak about this after we have gone through this weather report. It is absolutely critical that you know about this weather change that is going on. There's rain coming. So let's dive into that quickly, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll speak to you on the other side of this. So here we go.
It's Thursday, November 6, 2025. I'm meteorologist Brian Shields. In this video, I want to show you a big buildup of rain that we're going to have in parts of the Caribbean. We'll take a look at the chance of tropical development as we round out the hurricane season, and a big time front parts of Canada and the U.S. with some colder weather trying to creep down to the south. And welcome to all the new subscribers. So many new subscribers. If you're subscribed, I'll put out those updates. I hang with you. I don't leave anyone after the hurricane season. If there's things like earthquakes, anything popping up unusual, you'll get those notifications first. Now, let me show you some of the spotty showers we've had. We've had some from overnight and this morning, including parts of Haiti and Jamaica as the recovery relief efforts still ongoing, scattered about. No signs of development, but we will see the chance of rain building somewhat next week. We're going to watch that very carefully as some of the rain builds in parts of the Western Caribbean and Central America. I want to show you the 10-day rain total. And then we have several areas we're watching. Atlantic region of Canada, boy, over toward Newfoundland. We had some of the big winds from yesterday at times, another system clipping by and then swinging back here, a new system that's going to be working its way through parts of Canada and the U.S. and a big drop in temperatures, which I'll show you again, not only to the north. We're going to watch out for some temperature changes as we swing through the Gulf into the Caribbean as we go forward. Now, as far as tropical development goes, the hurricane season still goes through the end of November. I'm not seeing any big signs of development. This is the European model showing the possibility of a tropical depression. It's really not even seeing that. So just seeing a slight chance, just kind of saying, hey, keep an eye in this area. But this is typical for this time of year. There's nothing big. I'm not seeing any colors popping up that are showing any high chance of development. That is some good news to pass along. With that said, what the European model is kind of picking up on in the American model, the rain that's really going to build. Now, this is a 10-day rain total. So this takes us into the middle and almost end of next week, right? Actually, it does. It takes us way out in time, past a week, really into, let's see, doing my math, into the following weekend, not this weekend and next weekend. And you can see, again, 10-day rain total. These totals will be very substantial in some spots because the rain is going to build in here.
We know that running a small business is a big deal. That's why Melio provides the simplest and fastest way to set.
Not seeing signs of development, but just a heads up, Belize, Honduras, Nicaragua, San Andres, Providencia, even parts of Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, for a 10-day total, we're going to have some spots of 250 millimeters of rain or 10 inches of rain. So I want to show you this. We'll go out in time with that additional rain. But again, not seeing development. Of course, the last name storm, as we well know, the last hurricane, Melissa. The next name on the list is Nestor, but no signs of that at this point. Olga, Pablo, Rebecca, hopefully all names we will not be using, and hopefully we don't see any name systems out there. Occasionally there's kind of a rogue system, but what we really watch out for, especially this time of year, are some areas of flooding, and that's what we're going to see. So let me take you out in time. Here's what's going on first. Spotty showers Bahamas, South Florida, Florida Keys through Cuba, Jamaica, Cayman Islands, hit or miss Eastern Caribbean. There's some of the additional rain that is going to start to move in. Spotty showers as well, Central America. So that's today. Let's flip over into the time frame tomorrow. There's the rain I've been highlighting the last few days that will be pushing into the Eastern Caribbean, getting closer tomorrow. Hit or miss showers, watching that elsewhere. Now, by Saturday, things start to build in a couple spots. We have the rain moving into parts of the Eastern Caribbean. We'll go over those totals, the 3-day totals in a second. And then you start to see some of the rain building. Here's Jamaica, Cayman Islands, Honduras. So watching the Western Caribbean, not for development, but for this rain building. And then you see by Sunday, there's some of the additional rain, even Puerto Rico, U.S. and British Virgin Islands, St. Kitts and Nevis, down through Grenada, for example, some of the rain. And there it is building, Honduras and Nicaragua. Then as we work our way into early next week, you see the rain building further. We have some of the rain, Haiti, over toward the Dominican Republic. We'll monitor carefully. And then as we work our way into Tuesday, it builds, watching Belize on the edge of it over toward Honduras, keeping an eye on Jamaica, Cuba, Haiti, southern Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, the Dominican Republic. Rain chance building all the way south through Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama. Even the ABC Islands will see a little uptick in the rain, and watching northern sections of Colombia. Not seeing this forming into anything, but this will be a spot to watch, and I'll be able to highlight very closely where we could see that flood potential as we go forward. And that's what I'll continue to track for you. Now to the north, in some of those big systems, again, I've been mentioning early in the week and now late in the week, these systems clipping by the Atlantic region of Canada. Here's another one here. Here's another one here. This is the one right through here that's going to start to build. You see it there. This is by tomorrow. On the back side of it, we're getting some colder air. This kind of dips down to the south. You see it right here, this front here. There's the colder air. So you can see some of that snow that's going to be pushing through parts of Canada. Another system back here, but the tail end of these fronts, they leave some of the moisture, parts of South Florida, back to parts of the Bahamas, and then eventually over toward Bermuda. Then by the time we get into Saturday, you can see this kind of working its way through. Here we go, right through the Atlantic region of Canada, increased rain in Bermuda. And then you can see here, it's going to almost be a series of fronts kind of wrapping around. So we could see by the time we get into Sunday, setting up along the east coast of the United States, trying to work into Canada. Behind this, look at that snow back toward the Great Lakes, starting to pull in. That's the colder air that is going to be sweeping in, especially as we get deeper into the weekend for some spots and into early next week. A surge of some colder air moving down at nighttime along the southern coast of the U.S. as you get closer to the Gulf. By the time we get into Tuesday morning, we're going to be looking at some temperatures Tuesday morning right in through here. That'll be down in the mid to upper 30s in some spots. It's going to be kind of that first cold outbreak back through Mexico. You see some of that colder air that will be moving in by the time we get into Tuesday morning. So sharply colder air for a lot of folks here have seen some fronts, but this will be the biggest one of the season so far. And then we'll be watching back through the Caribbean how these fronts kind of clip us by, especially as we get into December and January. Not quite there yet. Seas elevated with all that stuff that continues to move off toward the Atlantic. As we work our way into the weekend, this here is tomorrow, but into the weekend as that rain builds, the Atlantic passageways anywhere from Anguilla, Antigua, Barbuda, South, Barbados, St. Lucia, Trinidad and Tobago, it will get bumpier. So deeper into the weekend, early next week, and a little choppier working its way through the Caribbean. We'll see the seas building somewhat in the Caribbean next week, especially as some of that rain builds in the Western Caribbean. So these are the 3-day totals. Short term, you see over toward the Florida Keys, back through the Bahamas, Cuba, some spotty showers around, generally not the highest amounts. Cayman Islands, Jamaica, Haiti, the Dominican Republic, hit or miss. In Jamaica, though, if we get a shower, quick downpour like we had yesterday in spots, some spots 10 to maybe 25 millimeters of some rain. Monitoring that carefully. It is so good to hear from all of you in the comment section from Jamaica. Then we swing back through here. We'll have some of that rain starting to work in this weekend, right? The rain chance goes up in the Eastern Caribbean, and you see Guadeloupe, Dominica, Martinique, St. Lucia. Eventually, we'll have some totals over 50 millimeters or 2 inches of rain. Same thing as we work our way from St. Vincent, the Grenadines, Barbados, Barbados, Grenada through Trinidad and Tobago, northeastern Venezuela. As we get into the weekend, we'll have some spots over 75 millimeters of rain. We'll keep an eye on that flood threat, and we'll see some spotty showers, Guyana and Suriname especially, closer to the water northern sections. We'll keep an eye on the ABC Islands and may see a couple of showers moving by, and then we'll just monitor this area as that rain is going to be building further over the next 10 days. As I mentioned, Mexico City to the north, we're mainly drying through here.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, I'm going to focus on Jamaica right now, especially South Central Jamaica and other places along the island. There's going to be spotty rain, as you can see from the meteorologist. He's telling you what's going on over the next few days. I'm going to watch that system developing because, we do not like the rain at this point for Jamaica because there's so much going on there, and the rain will make things a lot more difficult down there. But I'll continue to watch that and bring that to you as we progress through the weekend into next week. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Naram Promotions, the Real Deal podcast show. And this is Thursday Night Live. And you can always call in. I'll drop the numbers in a second so that you can call in and tell us what's going on in your neck of the woods. So like, share, subscribe, comment, click that notification bell. We'd like to hear from you in the comment section, or you want to call in live. But do remember to support the channel. You can donate to the channel. We're also getting set to head down to Jamaica as well. Our travel plans have been made, and we're now gathering our stuff to get down there at the correct time. So we're watching the progress of what's going on down there with all the infrastructure being repaired and so on, to get things back to some sort of normalcy. It's going to take a long time. So over the long haul, things will come back to normal, and Jamaica will build back better, you know what I mean, and stronger over the next coming year to couple of years. But it's going to take a magnificent effort from the diaspora and all our friends across the globe to donate and help in that relief effort, because there's a lot of people there that have lost everything, and it's going to take a while to get things back to normal for them. The government is doing their job, and I want to report on some of the relief efforts. So I'm going to touch into that in a second. I know that you've heard the Black Hawk and helicopters and all the other military helicopters from the U.S. and also the Jamaica Defense Force moving around. Jamaica Defense Force is doing a marvelous job down there, and I'm telling you, you got to say hats off and salute those soldiers for doing a magnificent job. I'm going to touch into that in a second. I'm going to touch on the relief efforts right now, so you can understand what is going on down there. So, ladies and gentlemen, so let's bring up the next video on stage here to show you what's going on there with the relief efforts. You may have seen some of this already, but these are things that are ongoing, and there's a lot of people who are still cut off by water and destruction, blocked roads and so on. They're working their way through the utility companies are doing their job, and they're doing their best to get things back online. Hats off the JPS, Jamaica Public Service. They're restoring lights and so on. But here are some of the relief efforts that are going on down there. Let's touch into that quickly.
Just be in the pictures with us. That's all.
Some pictures and then you guys.
How much you made earlier, sir?
So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot going on down there. Here we go. So the Jamaica Defense Force, the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the U.S. forces, and also forces across the globe who have sent relief men and women down there to help out with the relief efforts are working tirelessly around the clock. And we're going to say hats off to them because it is a magnificent effort, and it's one of it's grandiose, my ladies and gentlemen. It's a huge undertaking. So let's look at this for a couple more minutes. As you can see, the flooding was enormous, it's widespread, and as the helicopter meanders around and goes about its business to land at the next location, you can see from the bird's eye view of what's going on across Jamaica. Here we go. As you can see, devastation. I mean, a lot of roofs have gone. If you look around, there's not a solid roof or a roof intact. Some damage has been created. Many of those roofs are gone, as you can see from the picture. Here we go. As you can see here, ladies and gentlemen, it's total devastation, flooding. It's massive, and the effort is equally massive to try to bring relief to those people who are disenfranchised and also displaced by this magnitude Category 5, I say Category 10, Hurricane Melissa. And as you can see, it's widespread flooding. There's water settled everywhere. And then you have a bio disaster coming. And I'm sure they're racing against the clock with that. So here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, we want to touch into the JCF efforts. They've been providing security, getting back on track, and they have been very, very instrumental in the relief efforts. And we're going to say hats off to the Jamaican Constabulary Force. It's a beautiful thing to have them on the ground and providing security as well for the people of Jamaica. I'm telling you, it's a good look. And here we go. Let's check this out, and I'll move on to the next video. Here we go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
And we are in the west right now, assisting with care packages. We have 50 packages in this vehicle. Over here we have water and juice. And over here we have another 50 care packages. So we are doing what we can, how we know to do it. In the south, here are 5 on a wall, high 5 moment. And if we can assist, do the same. I'm at Black River area and give them a 360. Them see what I go on and come back.
Yeah, man, you can see everything, man. I mean, I see it, you know.
So as we were saying, we're in the Black River here right now, and what we are seeing on the media is minimal to what we are seeing in person. Devastated, total demolition. So you know the medium, you know where to donate. Reach out to the relevant agencies and donate what you can, because down here is a total catastrophe. Damages, building flattened to the ground, people are without food, water, baby are without necessity. People are suffering as we speak in this area. So reach out to the agencies and donate what they can. This is from the St. Catherine South Special Office.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as the police officer said, you know, please donate, because if you see it in real life, up close and personal, it's far more devastating than looking at a few video clips. So we appeal to each and every one to reach out to the government agencies and all the Red Cross and Food for the Poor and other foundations that are doing a great job. Talking about foundations, you have let's touch on the Leon Bailey Foundation that went out there into the field and made their donation. So we're going to check that right now and put that on the screen. So it's a marvelous effort of immense proportions, and let's look at that right now. And let's move to the next video.
I couldn't imagine being in Jamaica and seeing the devastation in the West and not do anything. So my fiance and I partnered with the Leon Bailey Foundation, and we packed up everything that we have collected and donated and head straight to St. Elizabeth. And I have to say, I was not even remotely prepared for what I was about to see with my 2 eyes. The journey itself was a lot, because as soon as we leave the toll, it was a lot of traffic, because, you know, naturally people are trying to clear the roads, so there's a lot of road work being done. It was like the more you drive, the worse it got. But I have to salute the people of St. Elizabeth, because despite their circumstances, they still got up and started their hustle. We even stopped and got some food at this shop. But on our way to Black River, once we pass this area, it's almost like everything became so unrecognizable. I could not believe I was still in Jamaica. The hurricane was a Tuesday and this was a Saturday, and there were still areas that were completely flooded. When we were almost in Black River, we saw this lady and her family, and I'm sure you guys saw our interview and how emotional and sad it was. So we just had to stop and give her a helping hand. No matter how small it is, guys, it is going to be appreciated. And she gave me account information, so if you'd like to donate, please let me know and I'll share it with you. But on this stretch, there was not one house that was saved, like literally not one. And this is just a recommendation. If you're going down, I'd highly suggest you go in groups, because there's a possibility of car issues and there's absolutely no electricity, so you know how that goes. And guys, this is me, a random person in a stranger's home, and if I hadn't seen this with my eyes, I could not fathom how it's even possible. It took one day to reverse probably years of hard work, years of dedication. But most importantly for me, I only hope that these people evacuated, because I can't imagine how anybody would survive. So when we got to the town, it was unrecognizable. It was almost like somebody dropped a bomb and everything was gone. We saw persons along the way giving away meals and groceries, and that made me so happy. To actually talk to the people, you have to be strong because your emotions can get the best of you. We basically just gave away some of the items that we have, and we left some to be distributed evenly and fairly, because I know that this was not everybody that needed help. And can you believe that these people have nothing but still managed to give me a pear? And I did mash it up with some bull I got in the traffic from the JDF. So if you can, get in some big groups, fill their gas tank, and head to the west because they need us.
Okay, you heard it, ladies and gentlemen. It is devastation everywhere. And let's touch on Shaggy was in Jamaica, is in Jamaica as well. Working through the communities to give relief to those who have been devastated by the hurricane. So let's touch on that quickly, and we'll move on to the next video after that. So this is heartwarming to see all the reggae artists and all the celebrities giving back and also giving relief. But here we go. Let's bring that to your screen right now, and let's listen, and I'll talk about it on the other side of this video. Here we go.
He opened Grammy Award-winning artist Shaggy, whose roots and love for the island run deep, was mobilizing private planes from Florida, delivering critical aid to the island's hardest hit regions. This is footage he captured in St. Elizabeth Parish, where Melissa hit the hardest, causing massive devastation and deaths.
When I'm on the ground and seeing what I see, I can't unsee it. These are my people that are, homeless. They're without food, they're without shelter, they're without running water, they're without electricity.
The government has already started recovery efforts, but with miles and miles of devastation, accessing those in need is going to take time.
What we were fortunate to do is to hit it right away. And it took us 6 hours to get there. We had to chop our way through some of the roads. We walked through puddles. We drove through puddles that was this high. And we got in there.
Just landed in Jamaica.
Unsure what to bring, the superstar tells Fox 5 he and his friend from Florida, attorney Dan Newland, who provided the planes, taking things into his own hands, using ChatGPT to identify essential supplies and purchase them.
So we was doing it guerrilla style, you know what I mean? And, we got, and a lot of the items were a hit, the tarps that we got, that was a major thing that they wanted, diapers for the kids.
Shaggy was able to secure several Starlink devices, which delivers fast satellite internet to remote areas so people could contact loved ones to let them know they were alive. The humanitarian, who has sold over 20 million records, has devoted half his career to charitable projects, is concerned about the psychological toll Hurricane Melissa is going to have on Jamaicans.
Just for the people themselves is the psychological effect that it's going to have on them, and the emotional effect, and that mental. That's what I'm worried about, and I hope that is minimal.
Well, to help, donate to Global Empowerment Mission, also known as GEM, foodforthepoor.org, support Jamaica, and the Shaggy Make a Difference Foundation to ensure your donation reaches those in need. We'll have links to those organizations on our website. Shaggy, who has a home in Jamaica, will continue helping with relief efforts, and he'll also be in our area performing at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
It's a great...
That's going to be a wonderful parade for Shaggy, because trust me, everybody's going to turn out and also donate to the efforts. And we also want to touch on another reggae superstar, that's Vibes Cartel, who also dived in to help those in Jamaica as well, and that's a good look. He was on the ground and donating to all the people there. I'm telling you, it's a beautiful thing, ladies and gentlemen. You can't have it better than that when the superstars turn out and help out. You know what I mean? So let's bring that to your stage, and here we go. Let's check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is.
Let me show you around. Come on in. So this is day number 5 here. We started with just empty. We have chicken. We have pallets of chicken coming in. They're preparing the chicken over there, and then they'll bring it over to the chefs. This is our sandwich line. So we're just trying to get as much food out of it as we can right now. So they're just making thousands and thousands of sandwiches just to be able to stand up and be able to hungry. Oh yeah, the big box. Yeah, then you gotta see the big box.
So our meals are some people. They go to the big box. Yes. And this is the Stanford area. You guys can get to the Dublin money. Yeah. So turn the camera that way. I get
As you can see, it's a massive operation going on where Vibes Cartel and other also celebrities and so on, private individuals who are also in Jamaica on the mission of relief for to help those who are there. So, we're going to touch into a few more of those who are giving benevolence to the country, supporting their fellow Jamaicans. And also, we look forward to others coming in as time goes by. As you can understand, it's gonna take months and maybe years for Jamaica to come back to normal. However, if you continue to support Jamaica, to donate, no matter how much it is, donate, ladies and gentlemen, to help those who are there, because when the major relief efforts stop, then you still have that recovery that continues, and it continues for months and months and months. So it's going to take a lot of time to get back to normal. And we say, help those who can't help themselves, donate, do whatever you can, because it's going to be a long time before everything gets back to normal. So let's continue to listen to this.
Started with just empty. We have chicken. We have pallets of chicken coming in. They're preparing the chicken over there, and then they'll bring it over to the chefs. This is our sandwich line. So we're just trying to get as much food out of it as we can right now. So they're just making thousands and thousands of sandwiches just to be able to stand up and be able to hungry. Oh yeah, the big box. Yeah, then you gotta see the big box.
So our meals are some people. They go to the big box. Yes. And this is the Stanford area. You guys can get to the Dublin money. Yeah. So turn the camera that way. I get
Big box. Chef Barry's one of our lead chefs, and Chef Quinn. Let's see what we're boss.
Sean, them they don't say the thing when I say it. Love it.
Listen. You guys gotta make him a plate, right?
Yeah, I'll get that.
So all the way to the back of the water. There are about 8 some water in there. And then the toilet paper, the tissues, the snacks, the cornflakes, and then to the front, there are all of the snack bags, food, babies, pampers, toiletries. So you know 100 in this bag now?
Big up, guys. Yeah, let me show you. Let me show you around.
So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, this is the first wave of relief. As I said, it's going to take a very long time. So it's going to be, in different phases. As you go along, you'll realize that when phase one ends, remember there's a rebuilding process. During that time, a lot of people will still be out of work, still be cut off, and they still need your help. So it's a long haul. So this is the first wave. So there's going to be a second wave of help, third wave, and it has to continue until the rebuilding effort and the recovery effort is complete. So we say hats off to the Jamaican government, the Jamaican Defense Force, all the security forces, the Jamaican Constabulary Force, the firemen, the ambulances, the nurses, doctors, and so on. They're working assiduously and round the clock to get things back to normal. So if you have travel plans, there's a relief from the Jamaica Customs. We're going to touch into that in a second. And we want to touch into a few other relief efforts. However, you have the likes of Spice. You have also a lot of other celebrities in terms of from the reggae music industry, and also other organizations that are doing a lot to bring things back to normal, to ease the pain of this devastation. And we say hats off to them. There's a Black River Field Hospital that we're going to touch into. I want you to look at that and see what it looks like. It's amazing what's going on there in terms of trying to get medical help to those who need it. And it's a beautiful thing, ladies and gentlemen. And we say hats off to all those who have been lending their efforts to Jamaica in terms of relief, to help those who can't help themselves. And we want to bring that to you right now. So let's bring that video up. And
start here at our triage tent. Patients would enter in through this way. Okay. Watch your step. Come on in.
Hi.
Paramedics and nurses.
Hi.
So we have paramedics and nurses who would welcome patients and kind of get their vital signs.
Okay.
And get the chart going, find out what they're here to be seen for.
Right. Okay. This is your triage area.
Yeah, triage.
Yeah.
And then we go right into the emergency department.
Okay.
Well, yeah, take a picture. Yeah.
We have 4 ER physicians. So we have 4 ER physicians. Right. So night shift, day shift.
Right.
We have a crash bed over there. In case somebody codes.
Right.
We have telemetry, EKG machines. Handheld oxygen.
Right.
Handheld oxygen.
What's the patient number for inpatient care?
Total?
Yeah.
30.
30. Okay.
30.
Okay.
And these beds here are being moved. This right here, the obstetrics bed will be moved out of this area.
So you can see our laboratory and our pharmacy.
Yes, of course. What's the patient number for inpatient? The pharmacy, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, lovely.
So it's climate controlled.
Yeah, I can appreciate that. Really nice, yeah. Okay, great, excellent. So if you have issues with pharmacy medication,
yes,
the NHF also can fill some of those gaps.
Absolutely. One of the big
So we're going to
ones
establish
to
that.
start with is some of our narcotic medications to get started with surgery.
Right.
We're going to need some. I think we'll be working with Black River, the hospital, to fill those. We have a shipment coming in,
right,
but it's not here yet for Wednesday.
Okay, excellent. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
so that's the Black River Field Hospital, and we have a overlap with our audio. And
entering into our step down and ICU area, then we have 2 separate.
I can hear it in the background. I'm trying to control that. Let's get that under control. But the Black River Field Hospital is up and running, and that's a beautiful thing, ladies and gentlemen. So
we have telemetry, EKG machines.
Okay.
handheld oxygen.
Right. Sure.
Okay, as we try to get that
What's the
under
patient number
control.
for inpatient care?
Total?
Yeah.
30.
30. Okay. Okay. Great.
And these beds here are being moved. This right here, the obstetrics bed will be moved out of
Okay.
this area.
Okay.
So you can see our laboratory and our pharmacy.
Yes,
They're
of
still
course.
working to set up, but we have lab and then our pharmacy
Okay.
area.
The pharmacy, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
So it's climate controlled. We just
Yeah,
got that up
I
and
can
running
appreciate
today.
that. Really nice, yeah. This is sterilization. Great, excellent. Yeah. So if you have issues with pharmacy medication,
Yes.
the NHF also can fill some of those gaps.
Absolutely. One of the big
So we're going to
ones
establish
to
that.
start with is some of our narcotic medications to
Right.
get started with surgery.
Right.
We're going to need some. I think we'll be working with Black River, the
that's-
hospital, to
Okay.
fill those. We have a shipment coming in,
Right.
but it's not here yet till Wednesday.
Okay,
Yeah,
excellent.
we talked yesterday
Right.
about that.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, what's your step?
Right. What about the primary care for the chronically ill, the hypertension? That's what, are you
This
putting
is
up
entering into our
we need to
step
put up a
down and
field
ICU area. Then we
primary
have
care
two
facility
separate.
on
So
there?
step down with telemetry. This is our X-ray capacity. So we have a mobile X-ray
Right,
machine that can
right.
travel throughout the hospital.
Okay, great. Right.
And then
Right.
right over here is the intensive care
Right.
unit.
Right, okay.
So we have an intensive care
Okay.
physician and nurses. We have
Okay,
two
hi.
ventilator beds and then two critical care beds.
Okay, great. So
Yeah,
on the
and then
site
this is our
itself,
operating
would you
room.
still have a primary care facility? Because across the road is damaged, right? So if we need to put
Watch
up
your step, sir.
a tent, you have one.
It's our
We could put
operating
one on
room.
that site or
We
put
have an
here, whichever is better.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
Okay, so we can do that. The other thing I wanted to outline is the support that Samaritans First wants to give in some of the outreach. We probably would want to coordinate that so that where some of our people are down because of all of the issues, they are happy to go into some of the communities and do some stuff. So if we have a nurse in that area, that particular community where you think the need is greatest, and we dispatch them, that nurse would work with them, that kind of thing, so that it takes some of the pressure off our own people who are already damaged in one way, shape, or form. So you're comfortable with that? Okay. And you guys have already met, so you're comfortable.
Yeah,
So
we met all of the lead physicians yesterday.
excellent. So that coordination is what's going to be important. So I suspect you'll have a small team, management, coordination to know where who goes, where what goes, that kind of thing.
Every day
Okay.
we're working together over here.
Okay.
And whoever needs to come to work, we'll be able to make that work.
All right. Great.
General, without the leads, we blew the leads in here with the helicopter.
No, that's fine.
We'll have ward patients in here.
Right. So this is the
More
ward
physical
space.
therapy and more chronic care.
Right. So you'll have a male and female.
That's right.
Okay.
One on each side of the compound.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. Right. So this is a ward space. Great.
Okay, that would be great. That'd be great.
So how many of these do you have?
So how many wards? I believe
Yeah.
there's 3 of them. 2 of them.
Two.
One
One on the side, one
female,
male on the other side. Okay. And then where do you guys sleep?
in the back. I'll show you.
Okay. Yeah, I don't mind.
Don't look at my bed.
It's a full village. You're the inventory manager, inventory control. Yeah, lovely, lovely, excellent. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. All right. Yeah. Right. So this is all about inventory.
It's a desalination unit.
Oh.
Take salt water and make clean water.
Oh, nice. So you take in the water, so you'll have enough. You'll have enough water supply.
That's right.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. I'm very impressed, guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
I sound like I want to be a Samaritan First member one day.
Thank you for letting us help.
No, we appreciate it. It's lovely. Like the fact that you have a full ecosystem. Everything is self-sustaining system.
We're totally self-sufficient. We won't take any of the resources from the community.
Right.
Except for some things, if we can get narcotics maybe for a little bit.
Yeah.
Bring everything in.
We'll have some of that. Don't worry. So Doc, you feel a little more relief now?
Yes.
We can save some lives?
I like the fact that it's going to be collaborative.
It has to be. There's no other way. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. It has to be collaborative. We won't have it any other way. But I'm cognizant, and you may want to pass this on, of the fact that you guys are under pressure. You lose your house, you lose your this, you lose that. So once you are comfortable, we need to give you some relief.
Before we go in there, I always want to say the one thing I want to do is take the pressure off of these guys.
Yeah, that's the point.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
We want to move in, take the pressure off of you. Here's what we're actually planning on doing. And I've talked to everybody over the next number of weeks. We're going to transition this hospital. And we're going to leave this in 6 to 8 weeks. And you guys are going to have it all.
Appreciate that.
So step in for the next 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks. Take the pressure off. You guys can rebuild the hospital, primary carriers, your own homes, and then come in and take over this. That's the plan.
One of the things that I'm going to want you to do, and you're going to have to help us, meaning your local team, is shadow the technical crew. Because maintenance of this infrastructure is important. So whoever is here that's in charge of that, you probably need 2 or 3 of the guys from Black River who are the maintenance people, and let them just shadow them and learn the whole setup and so on. So we're going to have to do that. I will visit from time to time because there are 4 other parishes that were hit. Next door here is Westmoreland, the parish. We're going to be placing some field hospitals in those other 4 locations.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
the Israelis, the Canadians.
Hold on a second. Let me get that under control.
In the field with them. So it's really a network where Ground Zero represents a number of areas.
I'm going to get things under control here.
Checking on you.
And
we will do the same. And we'll ensure that everybody is comfortable. All right. So thank you very much. God bless.
Ladies and gentlemen, the relief effort is on the way. The recovery is on the way, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Naram Promotions, the Real Deal podcast show, and this is Thursday Night Vibes. We also have Japan sending relief, and many other countries around the world. Mbappe, the soccer or the football superstar, also donated to the country. And many scores of people are donating to the effort. It's a massive effort. So like, share, subscribe, comment, and click the notification bell, because this is nowhere close to over. Donations are needed for months to bring Jamaica back stronger and better than before. And we're here to help in that transition. Ladies and gentlemen, we say thank you to each and every one. Thank you to the Jamaican government. Thank you to people around the world, the international community, the diaspora, the security forces, you name it, the U.S., Canada, all the countries that have contributed to, France, Japan, you name it, they all are chipping in. All the celebrities, we can't name everybody right now, but we say thank you to them, and God bless you. You know what I mean? We need it, and we need our people to be up and running real quick. You know what I mean? So, ladies and gentlemen, it was total devastation. But we'll rebuild stronger, better than before. God is in control. We're going to move into show you a little bit on the Japan's effort. They've sent their crew in and their donations. And I'm going to touch on that right now. So here we go. Let's search them out. Let's get into that. Here we go.
Ceremony underscores the unwavering commitment of the government of Japan to support our Jamaican friends in times of need, taking into consideration the humanitarian perspective and the traditional friendship between Japan and Jamaica. The supplies today include various commodities consisting of 1,400 sleeping bags, 350 tents, 350 portable jerry cans, and 20 water purifiers to support the communities and people that have been most affected by Hurricane Melissa.
As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of help coming in, but there's a lot more needed. It's total devastation down there, and we need you to continue to donate. There's many ways to donate, and I'm telling you, there is a lot of people who are doing so, and we say notably a lot of our own Jamaican people are doing a lot for the country right now. Millions and millions in donation have been sent so far, and there's a lot more needed. So keep it going. As we can look here on our screen, you can see Mbappe did his 20 million, and there's a lot more coming from around the globe. So let's look at about the relief achievements, what has been going on and what has been achieved so far in terms of relieving the stress of this hurricane aftermath. And we got to say individuals are also hailing the JDF and also the security forces in their efforts, because the JDF, we must say, and the Jamaican Constabulary Force, we must say, have been operating at 100% to help the relief effort, and they have been doing a marvelous job, ladies and gentlemen. And we have a gentleman who is praising them. We want to bring him on screen. I think it's notable, and I have to bring it to you.
It's not work. Is soldier them a work your fault. The Jamaica Defense Force, them and them they everywhere I do everything, from helping to clear the rubble, from offering medical help to construction, cause the man them a help put on back some roof to to bringing in supplies in the hard to reach areas. Bro, the soldier them a walk. A soldier them a walk. And to the parents them who, whenever the youngsters express a desire, say, hey, my desire is to join the military, and you shun it and say, no military, a war, no, them are gonna say, go fight war. The purpose of the military is not just for times of war. Times like these when relief is needed, you see how important the military is. You see how important the military is? Brother, the man them help with everything. The man them literally have any form of help where you think you need. The military literally have it covered. When the man they need people to do some construction to help rebuild the house them, watch the man them have some soldier we can do that. If the man them need medical help with people for tend to the wounded, the military they have people to do that. Why you need some meals cooked to send out, the man they have chef can deal with that. The man them have everything.
As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it is a massive effort on the security forces, and we got to say hats off to them, because this is a beautiful thing. And also, if you're cut off and you're somewhere that you do not have, whether you're cut off and you need help, there's numbers here you can call the Jamaica Defense Force. And also, I'm going to put up also numbers for that you can call. You can also go on the website if you have connectivity, or your family members can do so also, for the Jamaican government to donate to the effort that's going on down there. I'm going to put that up in a second. But just keep donating, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to take a while for this for Jamaica to get back on track. And in no way, shape, or form it's going to happen overnight. So you got to help with any way that you can for those who have been disenfranchised or dislocated, or So there's a lot of people down there who are struggling, and you can go on the supportjamaica.gov.jm website and check them out. There's a lot you can. There's a lot of ways you can help, and this is one of the trusted sites. So go on there. There's a lot that you can go to the Red Cross and also Food for the Poor and so on and get information of how you can help. There's a lot of other foundations that are going on down there. We say thank you to these people. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a massive effort that takes all of us to help those who can't help themselves. It's a beautiful thing to see many other people who are donating, helping, throwing in whatever they can. There was also an NHT meeting today. I hope you went on to that Zoom meeting to see what they had in store. This was 6:30 p.m. earlier today. I hope you went on there to see what you could do to help those who are in Jamaica. Also, there's a lot of stuff going on in terms of places you can send monies down there. A lot of the major supermarkets and so on are getting back online, and also the remittance services that are getting back online. So you can check those out. I'll see what we can do in terms of what. Hold on a second. Let's see. If you want to donate stuff, just remember Jamaica Customs. Jamaica Customs have also been giving you relief. I think it was 30 days, but the Jamaican Diaspora has reached out to say we need more time than 30 days because it takes a little while for things to be packed up here or in the UK, in Africa, Asia, Canada, and so on. It takes a while to pack and ship and so on and to clear in Jamaica. So I think they should give a lot more time, maybe 6 months, of giving. I think that would be sufficient for all the efforts that's needed to get things back to normal. I think that should be fair. Let's listen to this from the Jamaican Diaspora, and
it's not enough. We need an extension of the waiver on GCT and duty fees because our people need more time. They need hope. This is Peter Gracie, the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council representative for the Southern United States, and I was elected to represent your voice. But now I'm asking every Jamaican in the diaspora, no matter where you are, to stand with me and share this message so it reaches every decision maker in Kingston, Jamaica. To the Jamaica Custom Agency and the Ministry of Finance, hear us clearly. 30 days is not enough. 30 days is not enough time to ship, clear, and deliver barrels and boxes of love from the diaspora to our people in need. This is not a hurricane barrel moment. This is devastation. This is rebuilding an entire nation. The ship from Canada takes weeks. From the UK takes weeks. From California and across the US takes time. We understand this 30-day waiver is a start, and we thank you for that. But this is our united voice from the diaspora. We need an extension of the waiver on GCT and duty fees because our people need more time. They need hope. Let the world hear it. This is the voice of the diaspora, united in purpose, standing for Jamaica. 30 days will not work, but together we will.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's absolutely, I agree there that we need more time to get things together to send down there. It's going to take a while for people to get things together outside of the country, in the international zones, to send down there. So that relief that the government is giving for you to go send things in duty free, you should lobby the government to say, give some more time, because it's not overnight. This is not, as he said, a little hurricane that passed through and it's a 1 or 2 barrels. This is a disaster zone, and it's going to take a lot of resources to get things back up and running. And as the government stated that, no matter how much the government put in, there's going to be a lot more that's needed, because the devastation is in the billions. And everybody has to pitch in to get things done. As you see, the first wave is okay. But when you look over the long run, there's going to be a lot more needed to complete the journey. You can't just start and not finish. You know what I mean? So everything is down. You know, this is a disaster zone, and a lot of people are there who lost everything, and they need a lot of stuff over the long run until things get back to normal. There's a lot of people who are not working. You got to understand that there's still, for you to have electricity, you got to pay for it, water, you know what I mean, and other stuff, food, you know what I mean, and shelter. You got to fix those roofs, and it's going to take a while because there's total devastation. It's a disaster zone. So I think the government should just open the customs department for at least 6 months, you know, and put a hard and fast date. 6 months is enough time for different zones in the world and different countries, for people there to get their aid together to send to Jamaica. So those aids should be coming through duty free. You get what I'm saying? To rebuild the country, to rebuild it better and stronger. I think 6 months should be fine. I don't know if you agree with me. Say it in the comments section. Just send me a comment. And we got one here. Why you yapping for no? Keep it clean, guys. This is an effort of relief and recovery for what's happening in Jamaica. So keep it clean. You know what I mean? I'm not yapping. And I say hats off to you. Welcome to the show. You know what I mean? Welcome. This is Naram Promotions, the Real Deal podcast show. And this is Thursday Night Live. If you want to talk on the air and talk to me personally, I can give you the numbers. You can call in live to the show. And we can have a discussion respectfully, or else we'll cut you off and block you. You know what I mean? So look down below. If you want to talk to me about yapping, call me, and I'll have a conversation with you respectfully. Okay? There's a lot of people suffering in Jamaica right now. There was a devastation from the hurricane. This was a Category 5. I say it was a Category 10 because it chipped the scale. So there's a lot of people suffering, and there's a lot of people that need help. And we're bringing information to those who need to help those who need that help. And I'm telling you, if you're there in Jamaica and you're saying this, that means something is wrong with upstairs. You know what I mean? If you see what's going on there, you've seen the videos, it is not normal. The Caribbean and no other country in the Caribbean has seen a Category 5 or a hurricane of this magnitude pass through their country. So we're praying for those who are suffering. There's total devastation on the land, and we got to bring that news out. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, click that notification bell, and pay no attention to that person who is talking. I pray for you because you don't understand yourself, and something is wrong with upstairs where you're concerned. So get with the program. This is serious business. People's lives are in danger. They're suffering. They've lost everything. And we pray for them. And this is why Naram Promotions is here to help in whatever way we can to those who have been disenfranchised, dislocated, and have lost everything. So you can call in, look down below. If you want to have a conversation with me, please do. I will have a conversation with you respectfully, but if you get out of line, I'll cut you off and block you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for supporting the show. We say God bless each and every one of you, because my heart goes out to those who are suffering right now. This is real as it can get. So I'm doing my part to help those who can't help themselves. And I ask you to do the same. Come on over. Call me if you need to, right down below. The numbers are there. It's WhatsApp numbers, and you can call us and tell us what you're going through if you have connectivity. We have the also the National Works Agency. They're clearing the roads. Let's look at some of the things that are going on. And first, I want to say, if you're going to donate, if you're going to ship stuff, here are some of the stuff you can ship. It's right on your screen right now. There's a list of stuff that people need right away. You know what I mean? Because they need these stuff to survive. There's also paymaster locations that are opening up, so you can send your remittances to the country to help those to buy food and essentials to keep them going over the next few days. But you have to keep it coming. You get what I'm saying? Because it's going to be a long haul. Things have been disrupted. People have lost their jobs. Their job places are gone, and they have no way out. And you got to keep on helping those in Jamaica. And let's give you some branches in South Central Jamaica, but you can go on to paymaster.com. You can go to Western Union, MoneyGram, all the suspect areas that you send money to in terms of remittances. Check on their website, and they have instructions there of how you can send money to Jamaica. Also, some main corridors, roads are opening up. So they've cleared them. I'm going to put some more of these up on the screen because, believe me, ladies and gentlemen, that is critical for the movement of the people to bring the relief stuff to these people who need it. It's amazing what's going on down there. And I'm telling you, a lot of places have been cut off. They're blocked, and they're clearing those roads. The National Work Agency has been putting up a lot of stuff here, in terms of information that you need to know. Let's get the other one up here. That's St. Thomas and Clarendon. There's a few places that they're clearing up that you need to know in order to get to traverse the landscape, to get well-needed relief to the people who really need it. Also, let me get the other one up here. Kingston, St. Andrew and St. Catherine. There's a lot more you can go on to. Let's get to the National Works Agency. They said the Boardwalk Gorge is in St. Catherine is open with some restrictions. This has been up on the media for a while, but there's roads being cleared so you can traverse the countryside and see how best you can help those who need it. Also, places like Digicel. Digicel has been working assiduously and Flow to get communications back online. Also, let's touch on that for a second. Let's see. I'm gonna give you. I think Santa Cruz is back online. It has been communication has been flowing there, and also what we say JPS has been working. They've been working hard, ladies and gentlemen, to get power back to a lot of communities. So they're working through. Sea Air District got power back tonight, and some parts of New Forest and Prospect and so on. They're still working on it because there's a lot of down lines to individual homes and businesses that is causing a surge back. And I'm urging those people who are in those areas to just try to get your lines from the main JPS line situated, because they're working on getting the power back to your communities. And as you can see, the list here, the schedule of getting power up and running, there has been a severe impact, as they say. Look at the screen; it tells you when the power is going to be restored in certain parishes, and they're working through that. So that is coming online. So also Digicel is also working. They put this announcement up a few days ago that Santa Cruz is reconnected, and they're working through as best as possible to get things up and running as quickly as possible, ladies and gentlemen. So it's a work in progress, and we say hats off to them. They're working around the clock, and they're working at the fastest speed they can. So everybody's the works agency, the utility companies, the relief effort, all working in unison to get things back up and running for everybody. T-Mobile has also dropped their charges to the island from those overseas. I don't know how long that will run for, but make use of it. Also, the Jamaica Customs Department, we're asking them, and the Jamaican government, we're appealing to them to say, extend the 30 days. I'm not too sure about the up-to-date information. If they have done so, please tell me in the comments section if they have done so. But we're appealing to them to go 6 months, duty-free on the relief goods that are coming into the country to help those who really, really need it. Because I'm telling you, there's so much devastation on the land, and we're asking the government to ease that pressure that is going on. As you can see, there's so much relief efforts going on down in the country because it's such a widespread disaster. And Jamaica, since Hurricane Gilbert, I don't think they've seen anything of this devastation. Hurricane Gilbert was in kindergarten. This one is graduated. Category 5 and above, I say. It was massive, and we say hats off to the U.S. government and all the other governments that have chosen to send relief efforts down in Jamaica to help those who need it. There are stranded communities that are still out there who are cut off by water and devastation in terms of debris and so on, that are still trying to get some sort of normalcy. And we got to say to you that we got to pray for those people and try to get help to them as best as possible. The crews that are working on the ground is such a wide area. It's impossible to get to everybody at the same time. But as they work their way through, please assist in the best ways possible. And I ask you to help those who are on the ground. Follow the government. Here's a video.
Hey, good morning, everybody. This is Josh. I'm
Of a
with
community
Anna,
that is stranded.
family. We have a huge concern. I'm going to show you what the concern is right now, guys. We're on Reading Road, and if you see, we've got a stranded community this way, right? So I need boats. I need air assets. You send me helicopters. You send me everything I need to get to these people. There's about 300 people back here stranded, guys. It's been like this since the hurricane. We have the assets available. We need people to get off their ass now and start supporting this mission. This ain't no joke. Let's get off our asses, people. All back here, look. Stranded community. If we can't, I'm gonna go back there. They've been getting back there in a refrigerator, guys. Paddling a damn refrigerator to go help people out. Come on. We know the resources are there. Let's start moving.
And that's absolutely critical, guys, because there's a lot of communities that are cut off at this point, and there's a lot more help needed. This is not an overnight thing or a couple of days or weeks. This is months and maybe years to get things back to normal. And we say, try to help in the best way you can. There's a lot of places to donate. Go on that government website. Go back on this podcast, and you see. You can go also to the Red Cross, the Food for the Poor, Shaggy Foundation, and also other foundations that are going down there. I know Beanie Man was out there helping as well. All the celebrities in terms of the in the reggae music industry are doing their part. Spice Everybody, Vibes Cartel, you name them. They're out there doing their best. And, we need a lot more people to do a lot more for the country. And it is necessary because there's a lot of people suffering. And I'm not bringing to you this to overinflate what's going on. It's to be honest, I need to you need to be on the ground to see the magnitude of the disaster. Showing you a few videos does not do justice. Really and truly, it does not. It is massive, ladies and gentlemen. And as the days go by, do not think things are okay. They need your help in Jamaica, so keep donating. Like, share, subscribe, comment, click the notification bell. Share this with a lot of people so they can look and see what they can do and where to go, because some people just don't know. And it is necessary for you to share the word and let them know where to go. It is a massive, massive devastation. And I can't begin to explain. There's no words that can actually explain what is going on. The utility companies are working. There's darkness in a lot of places that will not receive electricity, light, running water for months. You know what I mean? So it is necessary to keep that aid coming as much as possible to help the people who are not able to get back to normal right away. I remember there was when the hurricane hit, 3 days later, there's communities like in Magati. I remember the police station was cut off for a while. They did not hear from them. And there's a lot of people walking through tons and tons of debris, roads that were cut off in order to get to these people that need help. So I'm going to bring that up in a second, but I must say, try your best, ladies and gentlemen, to send as much relief as possible down there and keep it coming. It's going to be months. Look at this road that has been cut off.
Road heading to Magati. We are on our way to check our colleagues at Magati Station. I haven't heard anything from them for the past 3 days. So we are heading. This is the main road, or what used to be the main road. So we're heading up there.
It is absolutely critical that you help those who can't help themselves. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a joke. As the gentleman came on and talked about yapping, I wish you would tone that down. We say, God bless America. Thank you to Rayan Mark, Graph 144. God bless America. I'm telling you, those helicopters and Black Hawk, they're doing a marvelous job in terms of reaching people by air, because it's absolutely needed. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to understand, this guy, Chad Bubba, I don't know where you're from, but, why you're yapping for no reason? Where did you get, who's this guy? I don't think he's on planet Earth. He must be from Mars or something. Why we're yapping for no reason? We're trying to help our people in Jamaica. After this devastation, no matter where you are, people need help. After such a tragedy, lives have been lost. Whole lives, livestock and livelihoods have been lost. And we're trying our best to help those who can't help themselves. And I say, spread the word. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, and click that notification bell, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move to, let's talk about the Fox News here. Let's check this out for a second. Here we go. Let's add that to the stage and listen to what's going on.
Welcome back. Fox Weather is most certainly your Hurricane HQ, as we've been keeping a close eye on the devastation that Melissa...
So what is going on here? This was a few days ago, and they were talking about what the devastation was in Jamaica, and I wanted to hear you want you to hear this. Here we go.
...is left in the Caribbean. One of the strongest hurricanes to ever make landfall. And just in this morning, now, at least 57 people have been killed in Jamaica, Haiti, and the Dominican Republic. We could continue to see that number rise as rescue and relief operations do continue. The U.S. has been deploying first aid missions to Jamaican shores to deliver much-needed aid to Jamaicans impacted by the storm. The Jamaican Defense Force joining the United States in deploying these supplies to Montego Bay and St. James. Robert Ray has been live all week doing an incredible job covering the disaster. We'll hear from him as he made his way to the devastated coastal town of Black River later in the hour.
Well, let's quickly recap what happened in Jamaica with Melissa and get some of the very latest on what they can expect in their recovery. You can see how classic of a hurricane this was. When you have something that was as powerful as a Category 5, you expect a fully formed center of circulation. This is as it made its way onto shore near New Hope, Jamaica. That was the landfall. It happened at around 1 o'clock Eastern time for this area. And, you know, in speaking to Robert Ray, he said that the folks in Jamaica were grateful that it happened during daylight hours. They don't know what the end result would have been if it was overnight. It was a Category 5 upon arrival, tied as the strongest hurricane to ever make landfall at 185-mile-per-hour max winds. It tied the Labor Day hurricane back on September 2nd of 1935. So just think about it. It's been really a whole generation. We maybe still have a few folks that could still be alive back from 1935, but overall, most of us have seen nothing like this. It also goes back and can tie Dorian back on 2019 due to the max winds, but the pressure is what's different. Dorian, slightly higher millibar pressure, which means not as deep, not quite as strong in regards to a hurricane. Now, what's interesting about this is right now it ranks as number 3 when you look at it on the wind speed, tied with many others, but we've had some dropsons that reported 215-mile-per-hour winds at the surface. Now, dropson came from a hurricane hunter. They were making multiple passes through that center of circulation. This is where the dropson was as it went through, and it measured a max surface wind of 198 miles per hour. The strongest hurricane ever recorded.
I want you to pay close attention to what is being said here, ladies and gentlemen. And I wish that this Bubba guy is listening, that left that comment. What he said, why you're yapping for no reason. I don't know if the elevator goes upstairs with this guy or this person, because he does not understand the magnitude of what happened in Jamaica. And this is why I say keep, like, share, subscribe, comment, share. And click that notification bell. Just as a recap, so you, Bubba, can listen to what happened down there. It was total devastation, and we're trying to help here. Where's your headspace? Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Reported per wind speed is 190 miles per hour. So if this verifies in postseason analysis, this could potentially become the strongest hurricane we have ever seen. It went on to make a secondary landfall in Cuba, Category 3 at the time, and gradually weakened from that point forward. Now, for Jamaica today, still dominated by a trough that's lingering, creating some...
Okay, so that was a few days ago. And let's look at... and I hope Bubba is watching, because I want to show you something of a little girl who she's just showing the devastation that happened. And you got to understand that they lost everything. And that's right across the board in many places in Jamaica. It is sad to see. But I want to show you that it is something that has never been seen before. So like, share, subscribe, comment, click that notification bell, ladies and gentlemen, because this is something that is unprecedented, and there's no words to describe the amount of devastation that we have encountered in Jamaica. It is critical that you share this. Like, share, subscribe, comment, donate to our channel to keep it alive, because we're here to help those who can't help themselves and to put that word out there. So here we go. Hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. I think that's the wrong video. Here we go. Let's bring the right video up. Here we go.
About all this here. Sad.
You gotta understand, this is total devastation. Look at this.
Is that your backpack for school? This is your school backpack?
Yes.
What's this here? Another bed? You used to sleep in there?
Yes. There's some books right here, sir. And comb.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you understand, if you look at this and don't understand the devastation that happened, check this little girl out. Look at what she's showing you, her books, where her step was and her home was. It's demolished. I don't know what Bubba has going on in his head, but for some reason, the elevator does not go upstairs. It's total devastation. Why do you think there's so many countries donating? Because they understand, as you can see from the Fox News weather report, this was one of the strongest, most devastating hurricanes that has ever passed through that region. And there's none other on record of that magnitude. Ladies and gentlemen, please like, share, subscribe, comment, click that notification bell. Help Jamaica in whatever way you can. Keep those relief goods coming. You can go down there and help. We have made our travel plans. We're going down there. We're packing to go. So whatever you can do, please do it. We pray for all those who are down there who have been devastated. It is not normal. And ladies and gentlemen, you can donate to the relief effort. I'm going to put that back on your screen to show you where you can go to donate to the relief effort. First of all, you can go to this website. Also, we have the Manchester High School the class of 85 alumni Jamaica relief effort. I'll put that on your screen. We can go to Amazon and donate there. They'll distribute the funds and the goods and whatever you want to donate. So that's a beautiful thing. It's amazing how many people are reaching out at this point to help the country. And we don't need anyone who's going to come with their shenanigans. So here you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's the Manchester High School class of 85 alumni Jamaica relief effort. You can pick something out there and they'll distribute it for you. That's my classes, that's my alumni, that's my year. We say hats off to all the students who we attended Manchester High School together, and they're doing their part. Bubba, you can do your part too. You know, do something instead of criticizing and talk about yapping. So Bubba, you can buy something on Amazon and send down to some people down there to add to the relief effort. You know, people are suffering. So whatever you can, if it's even a cup of coffee, somebody will appreciate it. You get what I'm saying? We love you, Bubba, and we say thank you for being a part of the show. But keep your negative comments to yourself, because a lot of people are suffering, and this is not the time for shenanigans. Okay? So for those who are watching, please like, share, subscribe, comment, click that notification bell, and donate in whatever way you can. This is going to take a while, months, for Jamaica to recover. And it's going to take your help and all of us to continue to help the country to recover. This is no joke, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you. This is not easy. It's not easy, ladies and gentlemen. So welcome back to Naram Promotions, The Real Deal podcast show. Donate as much as you can to the efforts. The Red Cross, Food for the Poor, the Jamaica government website. There's so many places, so many things you can do. We appeal to the Jamaica government to open the customs to have duty-free stuff come in for the relief effort, at least for the next 6 months, to aid in the recovery so we can build back faster, better, and stronger. When things come into the country, it makes the country better. So give people a chance to do that. I know you got to screen and so on, but I hope others don't take advantage of this to send the wrong stuff down there. But I'm sure the Jamaica government will be screening everything that comes in and taking control. They're doing a marvelous job, the Andrew Holness government and the Andrew Holness administration. They've responded well, and many other countries around the world, including the United States. We say hats off to the United States for a marvelous job. Britain, France, you name it, Japan, all the countries, the Caribbean countries, Barbados, you name them, all across the Caribbean, they're sending help in. You get what I'm saying? So I think it was El Salvador also, they sent full relief team and search and rescue team as well. Many have died. This is a serious event, ladies and gentlemen. And we say thank you to those who have contributed to the relief effort and the recovery effort. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, click that notification bell. And do remember, pray when you're going out, pray when you're coming in. And remember, God is in control. We'll see you back here tomorrow, and tomorrow, Friday. And we hope, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to call in, come on the show. You want to tell us what's going on, come on the show. If you want to ask a few questions, if you don't know what to do, come on the show. We'll be here for you. Okay? So we say thank you, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you all. And we say God is in control. Thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Here we go. Naram Promotions is at you.